Hey guys, I'm here with a new video, and I apologize about the long delays between uploads, but that's about to change. Why? Because under 2 weeks ago I finished building a video editing workstation / gaming computer. I'll dish out technical info and specs in a moment. But first, why does this new computer mean more uploads? Because previously it was my laptop that was causing me not to want to make more videos. The preview window in Sony Vegas lagged even at the crappiest preview quality, and rendering took all night, if not longer. It was a pain to deal with, so it reduced my desire to actually get out there and make some videos. But on my new computer, I can be very efficient and produce more content in less time. This means I can have as much fun editing the videos as you do watching them. Now, let me get on to the specifications. So this is a computer I built for $879, and it is just the best damn thing for the price. Under the hood, I have a 3rd generation or Ivy Bridge Intel Core i7-3770 processor, and it is simply amazing. I didn't go for the K version because it would easily add up to another $100 expense, considering that the processor itself is more expensive and I would have to invest in an aftermarket cooler. In addition, it seems that overclocking puts more stress on your processor and can decrease the lifespan if you push it too far. So I didn't want to do that. It's mainly due to the cost though, and the fact that I'll do just fine with the 3.4 GHz stock speeds that go up to 3.9 GHz when it automatically initiates turbo boost. Before I move on, I know some of you are going to say, well Squid, why don't you just go for the K model of an i5 processor instead of wasting money on an i7? Games don't even use all the extra power of the i7. You're right, they don't. But video editing software does. And video editing is the main reason I built this computer, so I got myself an i7. And boy, hyper-threading is worth it. Moving on to the graphics card, I have an EVGA GTX 560 Ti that has 2 GB of GDDR5 video RAM. So high-res texture packs, here I come. For those of you who don't know, EVGA is a manufacturer that mainly makes graphics cards with reference cooling and speeds that Nvidia has designed. I wanted the Asus GTX 560 Ti, but they were out of stock for over a month and it didn't seem like they would restock anytime soon. The MSI version was also available, but they have an awful reputation for rebates, so I just went with EVGA. Plus, this version was $20 off on Memorial Day weekend, and it has a nice $30 rebate. I have 8 GB of G.SKILL Ripjaws X DDR3 RAM at 1333 MHz, and I didn't get the 1600 version mainly because it doesn't really make that much of a difference according to various sources. I mean, it's obviously not going to be as big of a jump as 2133 MHz, and I'm not going to be paying for those speeds anyways, so I'm good with the 1333. Everything is all hooked up to the AsRock Z77 Extreme 4 motherboard. This motherboard boasts the latest and greatest Z77 chipset that has native USB 3.0 and PCIe 3.0 support. It also supports SLI, which I'm never going to use, and gold capacitors that AsRock claims increases its lifespan. The built-in audio chipset also has 7.1 surround sound. I'm only going to take advantage of the 5.1 because I got a 5.1 speaker system set up at my desk, but because it does do up to 7.1, I mean, some of you might use that. I'm not going to use it because the only playback device in my house that does support 7.1 surround is my Turtle Beach headset, and it belongs with my Xbox. And it's not right to separate the two things that have gotten along for over a year and a half now. What they have is special, and I could never destroy that. Moving on. Nothing would work without the power though, and I got myself an OCZ Systems ZT Series 650 watt power supply that is fully modular and 80 plus bronze certified. It's originally $90, but there was a promotion going on where you get a $20 Newegg gift card when you purchase the item. I used that card to dock another $20 off my graphics card purchase, so the power supply really only cost me $70. But wait, there's more! The PSU also had a rebate, so if OCZ sends me that as well, it'll only have cost me $50. So basically what I'm trying to point out to you guys with all these prices and, details of the discounts I got and stuff, I'm trying to point out the fact that if you do plan on buying or building a new computer, be sure to, subscribe to Newegg's email promotions list. You might think it's annoying. They don't really send you anything other than new deals that they're having. And they have deals every week, multiple times a week. They have weekend sales, weekday sales, they have week sales, they have daily sales, they have lots of stuff going on, and many of my items I would never have been able to afford unless I had taken advantage of these deals, and they're often only like 24 to 48 hours. So you always want to keep your eyes open. Just check your phone, check the email. You know, just make sure you know what's going on. And even after you purchase your item, you always want to look back at the prices of the items you purchased, see if they've fluctuated. An example, my motherboard was originally $135. I paid $135 for it, I got it, and a week later, I looked in the, I was still subscribed to Newegg's discount emails and sales information, and in the promotion I saw that the motherboard had dropped $10 in price. Now, I called Newegg. I said, look, I purchased this about a week ago, and I have it, and I don't want to return it. But is there any way you can get me that $10 credited, considering I bought it so recently? The guy talked to me. I think his name was Jason. He talked to me. We got, he let me know that they didn't have a price match guarantee, but he was going to do it out of courtesy. So, if you're lucky, your representative might even give you the discount after you've purchased the item. So just be aware, Newegg is fantastic. You just want to take advantage of all the opportunities they give you. Moving on with the parts, my hard drive is where I cut back a little, but with purpose. I got a Western Digital Caviar Blue 500GB 7200 RPM hard drive, but that was for multiple reasons. First of all, I don't use that much space. Second of all, in the future, I'm thinking about getting an ideal hard drive setup for video editing. That's where you have one hard drive or SSD where all the program files are stored, one hard drive where you're putting the raw footage that you filmed, and one hard drive that you render all your videos to. If all that storage is divided into multiple drives, they don't need to be that large in size, which is another reason why I only got a 500GB. But that's way in the future, several years from now. I also got myself a nice little DVD burner drive by LG for $18 including shipping. It's worked great. And all these parts work together in the cool environment provided by my Rosewill Future case and its 4 pre-installed fans. The top fan was a little annoying during motherboard installation, and it got in the way of my supplemental CPU power cable, so I moved it from its default location to a different area. As you can see, the cables are a bit messy, and that's because the left side of the case, where all the cable management is supposed to happen, is a bit too thin. And what I mean by that is there is not enough space between the motherboard tray and the side cover for more than 2 or 3 cables to pass. The main ATX power cable barely fits, so it's not going to be easy to do cable management for multiple cables. I'm sure if you spend a couple more hours on cabling, you could find a way to spread the cables out, but I just couldn't figure it out. I'm thankful I got a modular power supply, because if I didn't, I'd have a much bigger mess in my case. I also want to point out that the case had a great feature that I had no clue existed. Built-in standoffs, little domes built into the motherboard tray that prevent your motherboard from coming into contact with static. The main benefit of this feature is the fact that you don't have to go in and install all of the standoffs yourself. It especially helps when you've got a motherboard like mine that doesn't quite match industry specifications regarding the ATX form factor. You don't need to check and line up where you need to install standoffs and then go in, go back, and gently place your motherboard on them, make sure everything's working out fine. All you need to do is screw in your motherboard, and you're done. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a few tips that could help you out when you do your own build. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.